Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Charlie Thorne and the Last Equation, chapter 44 and 45. So it starts off with John Russo just being astonished. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe the Furies wouldn't have been able to kill Charlie Thorne, and probably the Mossad had caught her, but what? She's on a plane? She escaped? Who is this girl? Oh my goodness. And where is she heading? Does she know? Has she deciphered the clue? How could she decipher it? I don't know, but John Russo doesn't want to take any chances, and he decides to plan in his mind that Charlie Thorne and maybe even the CIA are heading for Pandora like he is. And he kind of thinks about his plans as he's getting off the plane really quickly and getting his SUV and driving over to the mountain. Once he has Pandora, he's going to just try to start selling it to the top 20 countries in the world. And if they don't believe him that he has Pandora, then he'll go to some island and set a huge explosion off and maybe kill some plants and trees. But then once they know it's true, he'll start having them bid and send him money to his Swiss bank account, where then he can start a whole new life. He can be rich and he can do whatever he wants, and he doesn't have to be John Russo anymore. But first, he has to get Pandora. The next chapter starts with Dante waking up to the smell of bacon. And as he's waking up, he sees Charlie. And, they start talking a little bit about what kind of eggs and breakfast he wants. But they don't have any of that, and so Charlie just makes the stuff. Charlie says, hey, by the way, there's been a little change in plans. We won't be able to go to LAX, that's the LA International Airport. We're going to a smaller one. And Dante asks why. And while they were flying, some wind was hitting them pretty hard, and that slowed them down. If they were a big giant jet, they just fly right over it. But being a small jet, it slowed them down. And so to save time, they're going to fly to a small local airport, which doesn't have immigration. So that could cause a problem if the FAA, which I have no idea what that is, Federal Aviation Association, I don't know. People that regulate planes and whether or not they're flying internationally or not. But Charlie decides that it's a good risk and they need to risk it. And when they land there, they already have a rental car ready and waiting for them. Okay. Well, Dante tells Charlie, last night I tried to call the CIA. And Charlie says, I know. Well, how do you know? The pilot told me. And Dante really says, hey, look, we need their backup. We need their help. If we contact them, then we can get a team there before John Russo. And Charlie says, yeah, that's really bad. It's almost as bad as the U.S. government getting it. John Russo's getting it's pretty bad, but the U.S. government getting it is just a little bit worse, or just a little bit less bad. And then Dante and Charlie kind of argue. Well, mostly Dante. He gets angry. Charlie's pretty calm and relaxed. But Dante says, we need backup. This is serious. But surprisingly, Milana, who was sleeping at first, is kind of standing at the door ready to go. And she says, you know what? I think Charlie's right. We should probably follow her. She's been right so far on everything. And, I think we should follow her way in this situation. And even though it's really dangerous and bad, Charlie's like, whoa, yeah, one of the agents is with me. And that's how the chapter ends. Vocabulary. Take nothing for granted. Take nothing for granted means don't think a situation will happen just like you think it will. For example, let's say your mom. Probably your mom makes you lunch or dinner, let's say dinner, every night, okay? We take that for granted, that when it becomes dinner time, poof, there will be dinner for us to eat. Well, if we don't take it for granted, that means when it's getting around dinner time, we are preparing or asking questions. Oh, Mom, are you going to make dinner? Do I need to make dinner? What's happening for dinner? Okay, you're preparing. So taking it for granted means you think it'll just happen, but John Russo is not taking it for granted. He doesn't think everything will just work out the way he plans. And so he's preparing for Charlie to know everything about Einstein's formula and be hunting for Pandora. Pay handsomely. Pay is to get money. Handsomely, in this case, means well or a lot. If you imagine some money and it looking beautiful, right? Just $1, oh, probably not that beautiful, but a pile of money looks handsome, looks beautiful. Decimate means to destroy completely. If the bomb went off, all the animals and plants and bugs and everything would be decimated. Resilient means being able to take damage and recover from damage. A 12-year-old body is much more resilient than Dante's. Looming is like hanging over or towering. They look at the mountains in the distance, huge mountains looming in the distance. Even though they're in an airplane flying over, the size of them still feels like they're tall. Discussion question. If you were Milana, would you side with Charlie? We can outdo this by ourselves. Let's chance it if John Russo gets there first. Or with Dante. Let's not take any chances. Let's call the CIA. Let's get a team over there to secure the site and even maybe capture John Russo. Oh, which team would you choose if you were Milana? And of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.